Adversity? Bring it. The struggle? We welcome it. Snooze on life? Never that. We are Dave Regina and Mike Parelli, and this is the No Snooze Podcast. Come on. Welcome back, No Snooze Podcast, episode 92. I am here with the big three, Michael, the show Parelli, Claudio, the voice Valenzuela, and I am Dave, the body Regina. See the hand motions there, Mike?
It's good hand motions. I'm so excited to hear about what the body's been seeing lately with Ambrosio.
Yes. Well, Bodied by Ambrosio is one thing. But before we go there, we have an episode sponsor today. This is Stars and Stripes by Eric. Right here is the tag.
I thought you were going to say we have an episode sponsored today by America.
You can check them out on Instagram, but basically it is a tremendous story of a retired fireman. This is Rich Sika's stepfather. Okay. Right? He's in much better shape than you, I am sorry to say.
I don't know about now.
But no, the story's incredible. He was an American and is an American hero, retired from 9/11. He basically got there as the second building collapsed. Search and rescue for 6 months on 9/11. I know we all remember that day. But so he started this woodworking business. I mean, everything from American flags with a custom logo, as you see here. Mike, he might be able to even put your face on there or something.
I don't even want it to be in the American flag. I just want half stripes, half stars.
You'll like this one. Cornhole.
Okay.
Right? He does custom cornhole boards. Anything that you could possibly make out of wood. So Eric Sprower, we thank you so much for doing this for your boys over at No Snooze.
It's beautiful.
And if you want to reach out, you can also reach out to Rich Sika. And you can catch all their information on Instagram. And it's a great small business that's going to be big one day, Mike.
It's beautiful. I love the No Snooze logo. Looks perfect the way he did it. I
didn't realize that there's also wood burning techniques that go into it.
I see that going on there.
Listen.
Here's a real question.
I don't know how that works.
Say he gave us the plans and he was like, all right, you guys have to do this. How long do you think it would take me and you to figure out how to build something like that?
First of all, I cut my arm off.
Yeah, I don't think we finish.
If there's a saw involved. And then I was kind of thinking, like, how do you get the burn marks? You just sit there with a lighter?
That's what I'm least worried about because I'm a little bit of a pyro. But, like, getting the stars, the actual, like, pattern, I would be very fun to try to recreate this.
Yeah, no, and it's, I mean, you can basically customize it. There's different color schemes. I saw one that he did for the Marines, which was dope. Yeah. Saw a Navy one that he did. Obviously, a lot of police and fire stuff.
I wonder if he can make me weights. Figure how much the wood weighs and make like wooden weights.
Your boy Duxbury made me one for the Peloton.
I know, I saw that. Those are sick for the baby too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the way, I have an update, a mini update. So, ironically, I did not know that this was coming today. I saw a show last night and talking about the wood burning aspect of it. I don't know if this is how he did it. I don't think so. This was pretty cool though. So this guy was making a beer tap kind of handle out of wood, and he put the logo of somebody else. And after he kind of did the design, he put gunpowder. So he puts like a little thing over, like a little cover, and then wherever the cutout is, he puts gunpowder, like all over it. And then he lights up the gunpowder, and it literally just burns up, and it just burns through the gunpowder. And when it's done, it's all like, the mark, the burned out mark. Yeah, It's pretty awesome. I don't know if that's how he did it.
Listen,
but I did see that last night.
Your guess is as good as mine. They're the professionals. But once again, you can check them out right here. Stars and Stripes by Eric. An extremely patriotic man with a great vision, obviously with the American flags and giving back to the community. So
check him out.
Great story. So yeah, man, let's get into it. I feel like today, since we didn't record last week, it's just updates.
Yeah,
we got a ton of updates.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
I want to start with your body because that's the topic of discussion, and usually,
okay.
Right?
All right.
First off, Ambrosio, short, really brief story. Your trainer. I'm the idiot that hired a locksmith who's a great guy who does the barbecue. He does Green Witch BBQ, which is incredible.
That's a food spot?
It's he does it out of his house and he like caters and he competes.
Gotcha.
Great dude, right? So his last name is Ambrosio.
Oh.
And Ambrosio's first name is Ambrosio. My dumbass was like, "Are you guys related?" And he looks at me and he's like, "No."
That's hilarious.
That's his first name. And I was like, Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the locks, you know?
That's awesome.
So every time I hear his name, I think about how stupid I am. Yeah.
I got you there. So honestly, before we go right to Ambrose.
Oh, it's Ambrose. What's his?
It's Ambrosio,
but
okay. Call him Ambrose.
Pretty cool name.
Great hashtag too. Bodied by Ambrosio.
Great.
Listen, I'm trying to give this guy all the credit in the world. You know? He's gonna deserve it.
So I remember. I keep cutting you off, but I got to do it. Go ahead. I remember the guy. The weight trainer for Alabama. Remember, we used to watch his videos?
Yes.
And his thing was like, you guys are already Cadillacs. I'm just putting spinners on.
Yes.
I feel like Ambrosio is just putting spinners on.
Okay, I like that analogy. That's good.
If he came to me, he'd be like, we got Lowers.
A little backstory, though. The way that this all got started was really my realization after I spoke to my gastroenterologist.
Yes.
Right. So circling back to that, on the PodBod update, I still have not missed one day on the year. Yes, I even worked out after a colonoscopy. Don't know if that was the smartest thing in the world. Karina walks in the basement. She sees me on the bike. She said, "You're sick."
Well, here's my question. Is that like, is there soreness after a colonoscopy?
So listen.
And you chose to ride a bike?
All right. Listen, leaky cheeks can't stop me, baby.
That's
all right.
Disgusting. I hope you clean that bike.
Check it out. So I go in for obviously the colonoscopy for a checkup on the Crohn's disease.
Or a check-in, if you will.
Or a check-in. That's good. On the Crohn's disease, and basically an update on my internal gut health.
Yes.
So for whatever reason, I really did have extreme anxiety about this procedure. And it was only for one thing. One, I can't really breathe as it is. And the fact that I was assuming that I was going to have a mask on while I was put under was really giving me anxiety the night before this procedure.
So they put you under, but when you're under, who cares? Like if you die, you die. You're under.
I guess. But it was just giving me anxiety over that,
yeah.
Right? So of course I tell my wife, she's like, they wouldn't do that to you. Like, no, they're not going to do that. Yeah. I even asked a nurse, and she's like, no, they're not going to do that. Sure enough, I pull up, and they pull me into the room, and it's, I was very relaxed besides that one piece of it. So I asked the anesthesiologist, like, hey, listen, I'm having anxiety about this. And he's like, listen, don't worry. You're going to keep your mask on, but you're going to go to sleep. But here's some oxygen. So he gave me oxygen into my nose.
Amazing.
Then the mask on. But I also had to get a COVID test, too, and be negative. So it was just that part I didn't love. But
when I had this stuck that finger.
Cool calm. I had this cool calm come over me, right? And before he injected me with the anesthesia, he basically says, like, think of a beautiful place. So I immediately went to Rincon, Puerto Rico.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like Jim Miguel.
Right. With a medalla in hand. So I say that out loud, and he's like, all right, man, picture yourself there. And literally a voice comes over my head, and it was, I don't know, could have been my higher power after he probably injected it into me. And it was like, I got you. And I went to sleep. And I woke up in the exact same position that I went to sleep, but in a different room.
It's bizarre. That's bizarre.
Dude, it's so weird. And it was very awkward. I was telling CV this. My last name, Regina, is a female name for a first name. Right? Like a female's name.
I actually never thought about that.
Right.
And I know a Regina.
Right. And Regina is typically Regina, which in Italian means queen. Right, so my last name is Reggina.
The king is a queen.
So the king is a queen. I like that. So she basically comes over and she's like, Regina. I'm like, that's me. She's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. They sent me thinking that you were a girl, and like now I gotta, I gotta prep you. So I'm like, oh, listen, I apologize. I don't know what's down there. I don't know. So she's like, can you lay on your arm and just kind of leave the opening there for your butt? I'm like, yeah. So it's super weird, right? It's very uncomfortable. But I'm like, listen, they probably see way worse butts than this.
Yes.
Like this.
Yeah, you probably have a nice.
Right. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a great episode, by the way.
Procedure goes great. End up getting phenomenal news, man. Like the colonoscopy report comes back, and they can give you initial feedback, which is great because he goes in, checks it out. The machine is wild, by the way. I mean, like 8 feet of a tube. I point at this thing, and I'm like, did that go all? He's like,
see. I don't even want to know.
Of it.
I don't even want
all of it. So they take biopsies as well. When they're in there, he pushes a button, right? And if there's food in the way, he can spray it away, or he can biopsy. So he pushes a button. It's like a robot, man. He pushes a button, a little claw comes out and takes the biopsy.
You're ruining my whole week right now.
So he biopsied me 5 times. But after I woke up from the anesthesia, he sits me down and he's like, listen.
You are clean as a whistle.
Seriously. He said, paired with obviously the medication, but your lifestyle and your diet and the working out really, really worked for you, man. And he's like, I haven't seen this, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's wait until we get the biopsies back.
Yeah.
Get a call last week, and he's like, listen, we've reached a holy grail with Crohn's disease. Like, as of now, there are no traces of even Crohn's disease in the system.
Wow.
And this is a chronic condition that you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
You have it forever.
Yeah.
So it's in such a remission to the point that it's not even traceable right now.
Wow.
So they have to reevaluate my meds going forward to see if it's
You're
even on the table.
You're a scientific anomaly. The anomaly. We're gonna start calling you.
The anomaly. So that was really what inspired me. The nerves of kind of going in there after 10 years and not knowing what was going to happen
and crushing it.
I that's what said, you know what? Okay, I like where I'm at, but I let my health, in terms of me checking up, kind of fall to the wayside a little bit. But now I need to level up. And that's why that brings me back to the story of seeking out Ambrose.
And don't you ever send me a picture. I'll let everyone use their imaginations. We're not going to put this
Should
on
we
the
put this up on the episode?
No. He sent me a picture right as I was about to take a bite into a sandwich. And I'm like, Frank must have texted him that I'm about to eat right now, because it made me so nauseous. I'd be like, I need to.
Really? That stuff. So I sent Mike.
That's about. I was eating a sandwich and I'm looking into the cavern of the sandwich, and then I look into your cavern and I'm like, no thanks.
It was the inside of my colon. So it happened to be extremely inflamed with ulcers in 2009, and now this baby is as clean as a whistle.
It looks like the Magic School Bus when they go in and they like explore someone's body. That's what
is
it was.
Is that a movie? What is that?
Anyway, Ambrosio.
Yes. So I really listen.
The Big A.
The Big A. I've only been working with my man for 9 days now, I guess, to date. But listen, man, it's the accountability that I needed. I will say there's not one workout that I haven't seen or done before. So I don't want to make it seem like, he's doing something that I've never seen before and I'm so blown away. That's not what it is. But the structure and the accountability that he provides me with and the details is something that I needed. And I've always done that myself for other people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like
so
I've
nice
given structured meal plans. I've given structured workouts. But I've recorded my workouts, but to this level I haven't done it before.
Yeah. Nice. And what is don't give away his secret sauce, obviously, because go check him out if you want to be involved. Only I can probably try to steal the secret sauce.
Absolutely. I could share a lot though.
Yeah, as long as he's okay with you sharing stuff, I think it's one thing to have the game plan, but to have the commander behind the game plan, it's a whole different.
And you'll love this because everything's on an app. It's called True Coach.
Love it.
Literally everything, so he can respond to it. I have to input all my weights and data and the rep range. But basically, we're working in the gym. You want to hear diet first?
Do you send him a picture of your body every morning?
Every week. Yeah,
dude, I would send him every.
And he hypes me up too. He puts the gorilla emoji. I love it. He's bigger than me.
Do you have the pictures every week?
Well, I took one because it was one.
Do you wear the same thing every week?
I have to.
This is what people want to know.
I have to.
What outfit did you choose?
Just black shorts.
Oh, boring. I would have done
that's it.
A Speedo, like a hat, a little like
Speedo like hat, wrist wraps.
Yeah, like the full gear. He's like, I can't see your body, Mike.
What do you want to hear first?
I want to start. I would like to start with the diet.
Okay.
Because I saw a little adjustment, but it looks similar. It's just more greens, it seems like.
So it's
specific
more
greens? I feel like I didn't remember the green beans as much.
No, well, the vegetable piece actually isn't even really included in the meal plan.
Gotcha.
He says you can add up to 2 cups if you want, but it's not necessary. Basically, my meal plan for me, I'm at 2,500 calories, which is very similar to really what I was. He wanted to incorporate a little bit more carbohydrates than what I've been eating in the past.
Because of your, gotcha.
But because of my Crohn's, it just doesn't digest well. So I already had to hit him up like, listen, I got to scale it back because I feel the extra bloat and the rumblings. And that I don't.
Yeah, you don't like that.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
So we actually dialed it back a little bit with the carbohydrates, but he has upped me. So I am having an additional, what is that? Overnight oats. Right?
Dude, I just started.
I saw your
How bad does everything look?
Dude, you're a foodie. Okay. I showed Karina. I'm like, babe, you're not on social media.
What, my rice?
I don't know your picture taking skills of food.
Dude,
I'm sure your
first off, my lighting in my house is brutal. My foodies that help me with the food account rip me. They're like, you are the worst. They say you are the worst picture taker on Instagram.
I thought it was rice pudding that you were eating.
Well, first off, I didn't cook it very well, and it was while I was like running after Libby with Dana. So like it came out, and I'm like, it's edible, it's fine.
It's good. It's good.
but that didn't look great. And then my overnight oats looks terrible.
But it tastes good though.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So he definitely did want to include a little bit more carbs, especially right after my workout.
Yes.
He said what that will do for my body, especially since I haven't really had the carbs. He's like, that's really going to shock the system. So I'm right around 2,500 calories, and we're going to work week to week to kind of see what needs tweaking and what not.
Scale up, scale down.
Yes.
Calories. Is that like where in a perfect world would you want to be eating more calories or no? Like, it's hard to eat 2,000 calories.
So this is actually less food than I think I was eating before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he has me on an additional protein shake, so it's easy to bang down a protein shake.
That's
for me,
the thing.
So 2,500 calories. Honestly, it's easy. I think it's 5 meals, but like 2 of them are protein shakes. So
yeah. I struggle with the during the day food. Like, I've been better.
Yep.
But the protein shake midday for 50 grams of protein is like the only thing that gets me.
Yep.
I've cut out the egg whites because it wasn't doing well with the stomach, and Dana was not happy with me. I'll let you use your imagination for that as well.
Yeah.
So I've the physical food I've been incorporating more, and I'm finding that there's this guy I follow. He's my favorite. I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to give my competition the insight into what I'm using because it's working.
Who's your competition?
In the real estate world.
Oh.
I'm not a scarcity mindset, but at the same time, like, I want to win. So I'm not giving free stuff away anymore. Okay. Go figure it out. Yeah. No, I'm charging them. You can't get it.
Can't get it.
I'm like an old school Italian woman with a recipe.
Why gotta be a woman?
Well, because that's what usually has the recipes. I mean, there's other people, but
it's just funny.
Well, I apologize, guys. I apologize. So this guy I follow, he basically was like, "You want something simple?" And he like condescends you. That's why I like him.
I like it.
He's like, you know what you do? You eat 2 pounds of protein a day, and that's your 200 grams of protein. You don't have to think about it. And then whatever the hell you want to eat else, go eat. But like, don't make it complicated. You're just soft. He's like, how hard is it to eat 2 pounds of protein? I'm sure you could do it.
Yep.
And I was like, it's not wrong. Like,
but how are you cook? Because for you, it's always the cooking issue.
So now I'm just doing a ton of ground meat, which 93.10, 93.7, 93.10, 93.7, 92.8, whatever it is. And then I'll just do white rice, jasmine
But have you
rice.
switched the mindset? Because before you were like, I don't want to cook.
Food prep. Yeah, well, this is like, I'm cooking once. I'm doing the meal prep thing, which I didn't want to do. But I'm like, it's
so good.
But the only thing that I'm like is getting me over the hump is that I'm making stuff that's like so easy.
Right.
Like ground meat is just literally throwing
Michael, replay all the episodes, CV, for this man where I told him it takes 10 minutes to cook. It's really not that serious. Use a grill, use the oven, use the stove. I'm happy that you're doing this, though.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm trying to stick with it because my thing is that when I run out of stuff, I'm like, now I got to go to the grocery store. So I need to keep the momentum, and like, I have some good momentum going. But the point of like, when I wake up, I don't think. I just have my oats. Yep. I have my Greek yogurt. I don't have to like extend to do stuff. I have my shake during the day. It's very duplicatable. It's very easy. I have good energy. And then you can, like you said, I'm recording everything. So I could tweak everything, if I'm like, I'm losing a ton of weight, but I'm not losing muscle, like, great, I'll just keep it, or vice versa. So I've enjoyed watching you guys because I know that's the way, but now that I'm like trying it a little bit, I'm like, oh, it's not. Don't get me wrong, the stuff that I make does not taste great. Like, it's okay.
Why don't
I don't know,
put the effort in?
Because I'm like, it's good enough. Like, whatever.
But onion powder goes a long way. Garlic powder goes a long way. Minced garlic goes a long way, and those are all salt-free, which is great.
So I remember back in the day we were talking about like prepping the music to listen to go to the gym.
Yep.
And you're like, that's a little crazy. And I was like, I think I need to get that crazy where it's so second nature that it sticks.
Everything
because
else
when I
easy.
do something half-ass and in anything in my life, I don't get it done. It's a downfall because if you miss work like I did this morning because of other things we discussed, then you can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? But at the same time, like, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it. So that's the back and forth. So to that point of getting it so dialed in, I'm even looking at like, well, I like using the air fryer, but I don't like peeling shrimp and stuff. So the only thing I buy now is stuff that you literally don't have to do prep at all. You literally, like, I'm taking scallops, throwing it directly in, that's it. I don't season it. It's literally mindless stuff. Where I'm like, and it's delicious because it's like the scallops are pretty good. So I'm trying to find things that are the next step, which with even less prep. So like the steaks, you don't have to do anything. Salt,
pepper.
You might not even add salt. Like, I've done it without salt and just like eating it with salt after. pre-portioned guac, so I don't even have to measure anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Literally just bang 100 calories. So I'm trying to like ratchet up a little bit.
Good.
You know?
I like that.
So I guess we'll be back in 100 episodes or
And
so,
I'm gonna be at the rock
where
bottom.
Michael will be seasoning everything and really taking the time to do everything the way that Dave said.
So
Copy that.
the only difference this time, the urgency.
Yep.
We made an announcement. I don't want to break into so keep listening because there's another announcement shortly.
Good.
But we'll keep talking about the body because no one's a bigger fan of your body than Miguel. I hate to tell you that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
So anyway, back to you. Now that I stole the body.
No, that's what it's about. We're supposed to go back and forth.
I'm learning. I enjoy him. I enjoy your stuff. And I feel like if you look at people and you just try to emulate people that you know are ahead of you in certain aspects, you can't go wrong.
I agree 100%. And honestly, it was even, I think it was like even a pride thing where even in business, I'm relating this concept just like you do in your professional world. You know, you lean on experts, and yeah, there is a piece of you that, you know your stuff. Yeah. You know your stuff. Like I believe that I've helped, and I know for a fact I've inspired hundreds of people through my boot camps or whatever it was in the past. But you know what? There's somebody out there that does this full time. Yeah. He looks great. That's the one thing about trainers. No offense to some trainers, but I'm not going to work with you and partner with you if you don't look the part.
So the guy that I like that I'm not going to say to give people an edge because I have
don't tell me he's like 5'8", 600 pounds.
He's an absolute phenomenal shape.
Okay, all right. Good.
He's worth like $100 million.
Exactly.
He's 33.
Okay.
So, but point being, his whole thing is like the problem with the world is there's a lot of people preaching things that they've never done.
Correct.
So a lot of coaches that have never played in the game.
Correct.
So I'm like,
whereas
that like nailed exactly what I think.
100%. Look at Ambrose back in high school. He was overweight. You know, he was probably, you know, he was thick, but he wasn't necessarily the, you know, father figure that he is right now.
Yeah.
So our training regimen is basically a 6-day split. 6 days out of the 7-day week, to where it gives me one rest day to do what I want to do. But I'm not resting. I'm still working out. So it's a push workout. No, I'm sorry. Legs, push, pull.
Okay.
3-day rotation, then legs, push, off, pull. Legs push, pull. Legs, push, pull.
Yeah.
Legs, push, off, pull.
Why is the off day?
He just gives it to me. He gives it to me on a Saturday. So I do like my circuit.
Same like rotation.
Right. But it's legs, push, pull. That's the 3-day rotation that we're doing.
So I'm doing push, pull. That's pretty good. I'm doing push, pull, shoulders. I made shoulders its own thing because I'm so weak in shoulders. Legs, maybe not off, depending on what day of the week it is. Then just keep repeating it. Yep. So 4 days turnarounds.
Yeah. The off day for me, I don't know. I've come to this conclusion, like something's got to take me out for me to, or something's got to be really, really inconvenient.
Your off day, are you doing like cardio and stuff?
I'm doing cardio. I'm doing a circuit workout.
Bicycle.
Like I'm doing something physical though.
Does he get mad at you about that or no?
No, he honestly, I mean, he was like, listen.
What's his style? Talk to me.
His style?
How does he talk to you?
No, he's one of the most humble and respectful dudes that I know. I think his Instagram is a good teller to how he really speaks. You know when you see people's Instagram sometimes and then you meet him in person and it's just completely different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like me and the food and fitness, and then you see me in person eating burgers.
No, but that's kind of what you do too.
I'm just kidding.
But even from a personality standpoint, I think he appreciates the concept of a process, and he really understands that, and he wants to tie in basically what you like to do already. So the first thing that we did was the way that I got him was after I spoke it on this podcast. I literally got in the car. I'm like, I just vomited to him.
You're
like,
rejected.
hey man, I need to, partner with you. I just mentioned it on the podcast. You can't say no. There's no option. It's already out in the world. Like, would you be interested in this? And, I pitched him in a way.
He was like, who is this?
I pitched him in a way that obviously there'd be some value back to him.
Oh, of course.
To where, he gets to obviously get promoted through the No Snooze brand. And then listen, I'm going to reach my goal. I'm going to accomplish my goal, and I'm going to do it with his guidance. So it's just another testament to what he does. I also said, as we spoke about, that we'll do an episode on him and his whole approach to life. But he does a phenomenal job at really getting to know you quickly in a way that, listen, if you lie to him, then I'm sure, his plan might not work for you. But if you tell him the things that you want, that you want to keep in, I said, listen, man, I need 3 whiskeys a week. Very, very bluntly.
That's not too much to ask.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like I need at least 3 whiskeys.
How big
a
are
week.
these whiskeys? Did he ask?
Right. Oh no, this is 3 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah. He's like, oh,
no. And then he said, what's your cheat? I'm like, well, every 2 or 3 weeks we have Chinese food, but then every week we do pizza. He's like, all right, you got to pick one. So
would you? That is like the biggest.
Well, I would go pizza. And then he
really,
yep. And then he also said, like, if you're gonna cheat, like chicken wings is a good cheat. We know that.
Is it?
Yeah, because you still get a lot of protein.
Certain chicken wings, like you air fry it. Yeah.
I mean, and if you do like a dipping sauce versus dousing them,
that's not really a cheat though. Like when I think cheat, I'm in the line at Burger King, getting a double Whopper.
See, he believes like yes, there's a time that and a place for that, but if the goal is for a set amount of time, let's stick to the goal and let's accomplish the goal. And everything is data driven. Everything. I mean, my weight, my measurement.
I think that's what we all miss is like, if you can love the data, then you can actually see the progress when you can't visually see it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some type of proof of victory, whatever, proof of wins, so that you can get that momentum we always talk about.
Right.
If you don't have that, you got nothing. You're like, I think it's working. You just got to trust the process.
Yep.
And most people don't trust the process, including myself. If I don't have data saying, oh, it's working, I'm like second guessing everything.
But how quickly can you get that data is something.
So my guy, I keep talking about the secret guy. He says that you need to get the momentum early. You need some early wins, like you always say. God damn, I hate you. The early wins early to get that, like, okay, it's going to work. And then you re-engineer it to make it stick.
Yep. And just to give some, specifics on what I'm doing, right? In terms of like an exercise, he lays it out to where everything is based off of percentage. So going into it, you do have to know your 1 rep max, your 1 RMs, if you will.
Okay.
Right?
For everything, like all your stuff?
I mean, for your compound lifts. You want to know your bench rep max. You want to know your squat. You want to know your deadlift. Then we're primarily right now in this phase, we're working off of 55 to 60% of our 1 rep max with 4 sets, 12 to... it depends on the exercise, but really 8 to 15 reps per exercise.
Before you're working out with him, what were your rep ranges usually?
This is the difference, Mike, because I would warm up, I'd do 10. I'd warm up again, I'd do 10.
Motion.
Then I start getting heavy. Then when I want to stop because it's heavy, I stopped.
Gotcha.
And this has been the big switch for me.
That's where we're different. When we go heavy, I go harder.
You just keep going, right? But it gave me the ability before, like, I got 375 on a string, but
casual,
casual, but I wasn't into my 4th set for, 12 specific reps. Now, when I'm with my 1 rep max, I already know, okay, this percentage, I should be able to get there. But now when it starts getting hard at 8, I got to get to 12.
Yes.
And I have to accomplish 12 because I got to record it.
Yep.
Then I'm very honest with my app. There's been times that I've had to.
You said that funny. I'm honest with my app.
I'm serious because you could lie. Like I had 225 on the bar the other day, and I was so fatigued because of the structure that he has me on a push day. I could be doing a bench press, then I move to a shoulder press, then I come back to chest.
And it's all similar.
So it's, yes, the same exercise, but the structure of the workout's completely different. So it fatigues me, a lot quicker. So I had 225 on. I think I had to get to like 12 reps. I did 225 for 10. I wrote racked 225 for 2. Like I had to rack it to rest it and then pick it up again and do 2. But now the next time I do this, I get to see my workout before.
Yeah, you get the notes.
Right? I take the notes, and now I take that data over, and I'm like, okay, what can I improve on? And now my goal on a daily basis is to improve 1 exercise per day with weights. I take 1 exercise that I want to lock in on. Okay, I was at 225 this week. Next week, I want to be at 230, 235, and I want to see that progress.
Yeah.
And it's been a short period of time, but the accountability for me is that next level that I needed.
So when I talked about last, the volume I've been focusing on is like beating the previous week with the total amount of weight.
Nice.
So I've been doing that, but it's getting much harder now because I'm getting up there a little bit. And similar thing. I'm like, I can do, whatever, 205 for, 5 sets of 5, 6 sets of 5. And I'm dying. I'm like, trying to get it up, and then you got to write. I have the notes too, so I'll be like, struggled at this rep, had to stop, this and that. So it's good. Yeah, when you write it down, then you can look back and be like, I did way better this week.
One thing I don't like about it, though, this is the one thing I wish I could change, is I have to look at my phone so much throughout my workout because I have to record it. And that was something that I wasn't doing before.
So what I don't know if you guys have in your app, in the Strength app or whatever I use, Strong. I think it's called Strong app. You can what?
We have True Coach.
True Coach. That was on my list. God damn it. Maybe I should switch. No switching. Yeah, Strong app. So it has. You can put in your workout beforehand, and it shows you the volume. So I can punch in like 12, 12, 12, 12.
Then you got to memorize it?
No, it's just out there. It's laying out there, and then I just come and I hit check. So it's literally just hitting the button as you do it. So I have the whole workout of what I want to do, and I make sure the volume's above. So it has a little percentage. It'll say negative 100%. And I put it in so it's +5, +10, whatever it is. So I can just go and I tap it, and then I go back to the workout, and then I'm like, all right, I did that rep.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's like, and I have to adjust it. If I can't get it, I'm like, fuck. I only got 8, so I got to do another set of like 6 or something. You got to make sure you
Mind you, all this while you're frozen in your basement.
In the elements.
That was so funny the other day.
Yeah.
With the sunroof.
Oh my God, dude, how messed up is my garage?
It's so funny.
And I'm inhaling dust at a staggering rate. I got a sinus infection like in a day from getting home from Florida. Our whole family had like sinus infection.
Oh.
But anyway, to your point, I'm trying to impose some similar stuff. There's a little difference because my stuff's like less structured in the sense of like it's not so much the workout, it's the volume I'm focused on to start. Maybe I'll phase 4 it.
Yeah.
Phase 6, whatever we're on. I don't know. Phase
listen, I'm happy to share with you specifically
whatever
it is that we do, even on a personal level.
I'll give him credit too. I'll be like, listen, body kind of by Ambrosio because I kind of stole some stuff.
Yeah. No, man, it's good. I'm looking forward to it. And just to be specific, again, man, I'm going for 8% this year.
Yeah, what are the goals? 8%, what else?
So really that's where I'm at right
That's
now.
it? You got to throw some more in. You have a coach now.
Listen,
you can't just do 8%.
The goal is 8%.
I'm pushing you. What else?
You can come up with whatever you want.
What about a weight lifting of sort? Because if you're going to get there, you're going to be strong.
I mean,
is there anything in the weights?
You like the 400-pound club? You like that?
Too easy for you. You're 25 away.
Oh my God,
that's too easy, right?
Too
Claudio, tell him. Come on, let's set like a big one.
So, Mike, I don't know
if you
understand.
You're at 9.2%
no,
right now.
I'm
Let's
not.
set a big goal.
I'm like 12%.
Yeah, you're 4%. I know it's a lot. I know. We did
it's
this
tough,
last year.
man.
I know.
It's tough to get down that
so
low.
8% is a good one. Nothing else? Not like even a quiet one you want to say?
I mean, I think I want to reevaluate. Like, I want all my focus to be on that goal. Then when I reach that goal, I want to set another goal.
Okay.
You know?
So what but like I'm saying a auxiliary goal, like one that would complement the 8%. Like I would like blank, like a vein in my
I'll tell you this.
I got one.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, tell me.
No, honestly, I would like to be able to run a half marathon. But I don't, and that's only 13.1?
That's where you lost me.
No, but
what about those triathlon, the ones that have multiple sports or whatever?
That's
you
want to
hard.
do something like that?
It's still in fitness, out of my realm because I don't like to run. I have a stubby toe that has been killing me for like 3 years.
You know what's funny? You think in the lines of like a activity. I think in the lines of like I'm going to be able to wear a suit and look great. Like I don't think I'm going to go do anything with the body. I'm just going to look good.
I told you, man, it's for longevity reasons for me. Like I want to be doing things that, really are adding to the lifestyle. All this is a lifestyle.
So can I chime in real quick?
Yeah.
Since you were asking for all these extra goals, I found one, and I think it's in line with his 8%.
Okay.
So I think that 8% is achievable for you. Obviously, very achievable.
I think no shot.
No shot. It's over.
I got a gas.
No shot podcast.
But sustainability is another word that I keep hearing from you. Yeah. So if reaching 8% is goal number 1, I believe that goal number 2 should be sustaining that 8% for a long period of time.
0%.
That's probably tough. For
I don't know
so
if it's
again,
healthy.
I would health wise, yes, but enjoyment, that's big for me.
Yeah, same.
I enjoy the process to get to that goal of 8%. But now, like last year, right? I sustained under 10% for the entire year.
Pretty crazy.
Which was a great goal for me. I don't see the value in walking around at 8% for an entire year because I know that all of the what's the word that I'm looking for?
All right. So here,
not the benefits, but hold on, let me get this out.
The trade-offs,
all of the
Spad libs.
Man, it's the sacrifices. All of the sacrifice that it will take for an entire year of a process. Like my wife can support me for 3 months. You know what I mean? Where, when we do go out to dinner, I'm like, oh, can I have a grilled chicken salad or a steak and vegetables, But I also do like to indulge and I like to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Now, the biggest goal that I've been able to accomplish, which wasn't even a specific goal, is basically taking a chronic condition and taking a lifestyle and proving it over, 12 years 15 years of a process. That to me is the biggest win I think I've ever had in my life.
Yes, that's pretty. I was going to talk to you there and I'll be like, do something more difficult. But that's pretty difficult.
You know what I mean?
You beat like you're an anomaly. Yeah.
Listen, and I don't mean that to brag. I just mean
here's
with
my
consistency.
Here's my argument, right? I think once you get to something like that, I think if you can stay on it, it's easier to maintain once you're there. No?
Nah.
I think so.
Let me ask you this.
I think if I ever got to 8%, I think I'd be able to maintain it.
You got down to 14%, right?
Yeah, but I didn't make my goal. So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
You got down to 14. Why didn't you stay at 14? You shot up to 20.
Because I got rocked with a kid. So, no, it was after the kid. What happened that at 14? I failed miserably, and I let everything else get in the way. So I didn't figure it out. But I'm at a different stage. I'm at like, if we're in phases, you're at like 10. I'm at like 3. I'm still figuring my shit out.
The big deflector I see.
No, I'm not deflecting. I'm just telling you how it is. So like
you made great progress,
but I didn't do it sustainably.
But then you let it go,
like we talked about. I didn't do it the right way.
I do believe it is harder to sustain something than to get there. I think getting there is the first obstacle you have to kind of.
See, I think getting there is the hardest part.
No, because once you get through, I mean, yes, it's
hard to keep it,
but you get
absolutely.
there. But keeping it's basically every single day. You never stop.
See, I think if it ever clicks for me, which I think this year it's going to, because of the urgency of what I'll talk about later. See how I keep people subscribe, and share.
That's right. Big news coming your way.
It's really not that big, but the urgency mixed with like I really do feel this is my last shot. If I don't figure out this wave,
why you're so young? Like, what are you talking about?
This is my last shot because I know what happens at this next phase in August, and it's going to be very difficult to if I get to a point where I can kind of maintain versus try to get there. I'll have a shot to get through it and kind of keep the lifestyle and have the habits in place where I don't get destroyed by the new lifestyle. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're saying that you need to basically develop these habits now because trying to develop them
during a more
difficult time will be harder to sustain.
And there's other things in my life,
I can agree with that.
My profession, that are starting to come in line with it, where have enough. I don't know if the word's like structure, but I have enough known variables where there's no excuse other than like a couple other. So the baby sleeping is one, but I've actually been good about like, all right, well, if I don't get to work in the morning, I got to do it at night. So I got to make time. And there's no just skip it type of thing, barring some like other thing. So my thought is like, if I can, which I really do believe this year is the year where I get to the point where it's like, I'm in great shape. I'm healthy. I'm doing it the right way because part of me like when I ever accomplish things in my life, I know what I have to do. I'm just lazy and
all do.
I'm not. Everyone does, but like even to a point where I've learned everything I can learn, it's just about applying it. Like a lot of people don't have the knowledge. Like I know everything there is to do because I've listened to a million podcasts. You're my best friend. There's so many things I know. I just don't do it. So my thought is like when things click. And I stick to things, it's because I know it all. It's just I'm doing it. And then once you start doing it, you're like, why didn't I do this years ago? It's easier said than done, but it's kind of how my brain puts things together.
No, listen, and you know me.
I've said it every year, but
hey,
1 year I'm going to be right.
Listen, I'm always in your corner, man.
What is my theme? That. It only takes one.
It does. That's it.
There's people that say the market's going to crash. The market's going to crash. Michael Burry, he said it for like 10 years. He got it right once, and now he's been famous for forever.
But obviously, at some point, the market's going to crash.
Exactly. But that's my point. So, like, at some point, I'm going to figure it out.
It doesn't matter. I'm buying a building anyway.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Do you want to drop the news or you want to do that later?
Sure. The reason for August 20th or whatever is we're having another baby. I don't know if it's a clap. I mean,
No, man. That's awesome.
And it's another girl.
Let's go.
Which I should have bet on it. I should have bet
girls all day, man.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just like, I knew. And I've been saying that my whole life. And if we have two and it goes decent, we're going to try for 3.
Right.
And guess what it's going to be?
It's going to be another girl.
Probably another girl. So, but anyway, we're just, we're in the moment now. It's been very difficult. Got to give a shout out to Dana. She's been very sick this pregnancy.
Yeah.
So she's been powering through it, working, taking care of the baby in a construction zone. Probably worst case scenario you can have for a second pregnancy. But she's been going through it like a champ. She's feeling a little better now. But I do miss my drinking partner. And, she's been eating some hilarious things where I'm like, listen, you're pregnant. Do what you want,
Cravings, right?
But I do catch her with some sugar stuff now.
Okay.
I'm like, listen, take it easy on the sugar. You see how the first one came
The baby's already going to be hyped up, Dane.
The first one's hyped up. So you got to, but it's So we were one quick story. We were joking about like we hope the second baby's like calm because Livy's very my energy, and to have two of her is going to be like crazy. So we go into the scan, the whatever it does when they rub the belly and you can see the baby, and we were like, oh, like hopefully we see the baby. Oh, there's a baby. All right, there's the heartbeat. Cool. All right, is she moving? Is she moving already? And the lady's like, they don't usually move this early. Oh, yeah, she's moving.
She's running.
And then she's like, she won't sit still. And I was like,
oh, God.
Like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, what'd you eat, Dane? And it was just funny because we were hoping that the baby was going to be calm. But again, as long as they're healthy, whatever. Yeah. But it was kind of a surprise. And then in addition, then the clock starts ticking.
Yeah.
So in my head, I've been like a frantic, nervous energy person since we found out.
Listen, you guys are going to crush it.
But like you have a kid, right? Like if someone said throw another in the mix,
I might be her kid. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
it's just wild,
and also the timing of it, right? Because a lot of people. I mean, you know how it is, man. You have one baby, then they're like, when's the next one coming?
Yeah.
You're like, can I at least get a grip on the first one?
We still don't know how to deal with the first one,
which is tough, But no, man. Listen, I think there's no right way or wrong way to do it. You have Frank is what, 2 years apart from you?
2 years,
right? Dana, same thing. I come from a family to where my brother is 5 and my sister's 6 years apart.
Yeah.
So I've seen that side of things. It's just funny because Karina has agreed. The first thing I asked her when she found out that Dana was pregnant, I said, "You're not pregnant, right?" I said, "You're not pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't mess around."
What'd she say?
And she was like, "Hell no."
Well, you remember the night?
I know.
The next morning we found out.
Which, look, I'm
that was
happy
the party
for
we
you.
ripped down the half of the shed.
I'm over here nervous myself because now I'm going to listen. I went the extreme. I booked Vegas. We booked Puerto Rico.
Oh.
I booked Dominican Republic. Now I'm like, we gotta get some in before we have another one. But no, man, listen, you're in that position, and I'm happy as hell for you guys.
So what I'm doing is I'm fighting the pressure to just say, all right, no traveling, no this, slow down, this stuff. I'm accelerating because I'm like, no. Just because we have multiple kids doesn't mean I can't do everything I want to do.
Of course.
You just gotta be smarter. So I've had a lot less tolerance for things I don't want to do.
Not for nothing, and we've said this with the first ones. Look at everybody else out there that has multiple kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yes, is it going to be a little, probably a lot harder than having one? I'm sure it is.
I did get my first taste though, because we went to Florida with the family, right? Visit my dad, have a birthday pops. And Frank and the kids, little Frankie and Leo, cutest kids, don't see him enough. And it was so fun having all the kids together.
Yep.
But having 3 running around and like playing with each other, knocking each other over, they did great. But even in them doing great together, it was so hard,
right?
Because every time, like, Alyssa was going to do something on the list, like, let me help you out, let me hold Leo. But then when you're holding the baby, Frankie's going after Livy, and Livy's like trying to tackle Frankie, and they're like fighting, and you're like, guys, relax. And then like Frank comes in, he's like, everything right? We're like, yeah, it's fine. And then I leave, and then all the kids are getting. Dan's like, I need hands. Yeah. So my poor father and mom were like holding the baby; they were dying. Because it's nonstop. Everyone wants grandma and grandpa, Nana and Pop, they call them. So it was just like overwhelming emotionally, just to always have all the kids running around. It was a lot.
But that's going to be life.
I drank a lot of vodka.
That's going to be life.
Trip. Yes, but I got the taste, and I'm like,
I could do this.
I was like, I'm a little more nervous.
Now I understand why my mom, hit that bottle back in the day because she had 3. Listen, you don't blame her, right?
I don't blame you.
No, man, that's incredible news. And listen, what's the hashtag? Parelli in the belly.
Parelli in belly, fan favorite. I gotta make some shirts.
No, it's good, man. And I knew it was gonna be a girl too. I'm not gonna lie. We wanted to take a quick second to let you guys know that we partnered with our good friends over at Orgain.com. We're happy to offer our listeners 30% off by entering the code NoSnooze30. Again, that's NoSnooze30 for 30% off your first order. If you're on the market for a new protein powder, nutritional shake, protein bar, or Mike's favorite, collagen peptides, Orgain is your one-stop shop. As all of you know, my Crohn's disease is currently in remission, and the only protein I use is from Orgain. My personal favorites are the chocolate peanut butter and the vanilla bean. With the code, you can try a 2-pound tub for under $20. Talk about not snoozing. Go get yours today. Now, back to the epi. So Justin Anthony Sanchez, the most famous intern.
Yeah.
He won
No Show.
He won third quarter of one of our pools.
Oh, really?
He did. But I have a family member, and I can't say who because I don't want to disclose their information.
Yeah.
This family member of mine happens to go pretty large when it comes to playing in Super Bowl pools. A $2,500 box for one box.
Oh, wow.
And does it with a partner.
Mm-hmm.
So every year they've done this. 2 years ago, they hit a quarter for $30,000. Right? This year, the halftime score and the final were the same. Mm-hmm. So whoever won the halftime happened to win the final as well.
Yep.
So the halftime winnings was $40,000, 40 large.
Nice.
And the final, Michael Parelli,
100
was $100,000.
It's pretty awesome.
So this individual and his partner
Amazing.
walked away with $140,000 in cash.
Yeah. So after you split it and you give a little back to the house,
63,000 ahead.
60-ish.
63 ahead. It's ridiculous, right?
That's nice.
And maybe,
what would you do?
Do
if
they
someone
want to
just gave you
support the No
60K
Snooze
right
podcast?
right? And it's wild because that individual has taken out a loan on a business that they're operating like right before that.
now? Oh, really?
So the timing.
Perfect timing.
Oh my God, the timing of that.
Now here's the
was
thing: they got to
incredible.
be smart. They got to
Yep.
use it, not just buy a.
Right.
I to be honest, I consider myself pretty smart with money. I would probably buy a Tesla.
Listen,
if it just dropped out of the air.
I convinced her or him to buy my outdoor my swimming pool.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Imagine.
So it's got to be close person. You'll tell me off air.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Funny
I
though,
love
right?
hearing that stuff. That
Dude.
cracks me up.
I mean, like, imagine
Someone I
don't
know won again.
like a lotto or something.
Oh my God, it's so bad. My parents have my mom has really good luck, but they're in this pool, similar one.
Yep.
And 1 year in Florida, and Belichick didn't kick a field goal when he should have, and they lost like $40,000
Oh,
because he didn't kick it.
he didn't
kick it, they win.
oh,
Stuff like that
I
has
know.
happened every year. Something happened again this year, like at the end of the quarter. And then Dana got big into being like, I want the Bengals to win because I said it from the beginning. I'm like, it could happen because the Jets beat the Bengals. So that would be a Jet thing to happen. And the Bengals were winning. And then Frank walks in, my brother Frank, and he goes, "Let's go, Dana. I bet him too." And I was like, "Oh my God, Dean, you just got mushed."
That was mush.
Yeah. Sure enough, next play, like the long touchdown, like it was hilarious. But Dana was like, I can't believe that happened. She was up for like half an hour after the game.
That's
I was
wild.
like, I can't believe that happened.
That's ridiculous.
And I was like, that's why I don't gamble.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
For real. No joke. Let's go over to. We spent a lot of time on the
Pod. Well, I have to
God.
say, I don't know. Tell us in the comments, and maybe if you clip this out, is this a favorite part of the set? It's my favorite part.
Mine is. I mean, I love fitness. I love it. I just, again, I've incorporated the lifestyle of fitness to everything else. So, to me, I like talking
It's
about
achievement.
everything.
It's
Yeah, it's good. But
if I achieve like 10% this year, when I achieve 10%, are people's heads gonna pop off their shoulders?
I mean, I'm almost willing to make a little wager.
People don't even
here.
think I
Should
work
we-
out.
should we
People don't even
wait?
think I work out. See, if we put money on it, I'll 100% do it.
Yeah, like
'Cause once I put
$100.
money- What did we bet where I lost the steak dinner? What was the bet for that? Was it similar or
subscribers or something? Maybe.
no? Oh yeah. See, I'm not that interested.
I'm not that intrigued.
My own body, I'll bet the house on that.
Yeah, $100.
What do you guys
100
want to bet
large. 100 large. CV, you willing to go in on this? So you would
I
have
was
to
gonna
pay
say
us.
1,000.
You would have to pay
It
us
needs to be enough.
100 each.
$100. It's like
200 each.
over 8 months.
200 each. That's good. Would you be willing to bet that? He said, yeah. So that's 400 your way.
400 on my
400
side against 2
or
too.
400.
I
lost.
need some odds though.
What are the odds?
No, that's not the odds.
That's
But
2 to 1,
that's
bro.
not 2-1 odds because you're both putting up. It's equivalent. It's 1-1. then.
No. We'll
I get 800.
no. We'll take 4. 2 and 2, 4 your way. 1 and 1. You have to pay out $200.
That's still 1-1.
No, you have to
Yeah,
pay us.
because if I win, I win 400. If I lose, I lose 400.
No, no.
That's not
no,
2 to
no,
1.
No,
That's
no.
1 to
That's
1.
1 to 1. I'm saying 2 to 1. I'm saying you pay
give
me
$4,
$100.
You give me 4.
No, you pay me $100. You pay him $100. If you lose, yo, my man, please listen.
Yeah, you each 2.
If we win,
yeah,
then it's 2 and
I got
2.
you. I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
So I
it's-
only have to put up 200
correct
to win 400.
Correct.
You really give me those odds?
I'll give them to you.
That's bold. 2 to 1. Can I get 3 to 1?
No, I stand firm on that. CV.
What else? Give me some other incentives.
That's
or
it.
Give me a
You love
bonus.
money. You
what
love
about
money.
like you got any watches? That you give me?
So we talking about what? 10% sustained over a month period?
No sustainable. I just got to hit it.
Whoa.
No sustainable.
Nothing?
Whoa.
It's got to happen before August because there's no. God forbid Dana
Hey,
goes
that's
early.
on
Dana
you.
goes early. I'm fucked.
That's even better for us.
What's today right now? We're March. Yeah, I could do it.
February.
It's gonna be tight to get to 10.
So a month?
It's gotta be get to
No
10.
months.
I'd give you
Oh,
guys.
just touch it?
I'd give you just touch it would
Wait,
be
like 10.9 or
no 10,
Whoa,
like
whoa,
10.
No, it's got to be
10.0?
10.0
10.0 or lower.
or lower. And
Damn, this could be tough. But I like doing this because I like having a little.
there you go.
You know.
I do like a 2-week window even.
2 weeks.
2
Are you
weeks.
Crazy.
That's it. 2 weeks.
You know how crazy the weeks are,
Bro.
It's like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
No, come
I
on,
did
let
it.
me touch it. Let me just
I
touch
did it from.
I'm at like 21% right now. Like I
I
gotta
don't
drop
care.
11%.
I don't care.
That's a lot.
I'm
dude.
adding the 2 weeks. Or no deal.
No deal.
All right, moving
we'll
on.
renegotiate.
Moving on. We'll
all right,
renegotiate.
all right, listen to me. So 2 to 1. 2. I don't like 2
Oh,
weeks.
we're back to this?
How about a Monday
It's either a
and
yes
a
or
Sunday?
no, Mike Parelli.
How about a Monday and a Sunday?
So 1 week.
1 week.
One full
So
week.
I got to weigh in on a Monday. You can come.
I'll
We'll go
take
to
that
GNC of Greenwich.
I'll take that
Wait,
bet.
I'm not done. Monday and a Sunday.
7 days?
But I get.
7 full business days.
Yes.
No, not business. No.
7 full
But
days.
if I weigh in one day at 10 or less and not the other day,
No deal.
wash.
Wash?
Yeah.
No.
Lose.
You gotta pay out.
Lose.
You gotta pay, homie.
Pay half.
What? Yo, you gotta pay out, homie. You gotta pay out, homie.
1 week, Monday,
Man-
Sunday.
man's
I'm trying to
bet.
think. Not man's
You
bet. It's
just-
a real bet.
But so this is what I don't
What
like
is
about
this?
negotiations.
What?
You just put out terms. We agreed to the terms, and
You
now
agreed
all
too
of them
quick.
too.
that's what I like.
I
There
could
we
have
go.
got more.
So
All right.
Monday to
what-
Sunday.
So say it again. We
all right,
got-
10% on a Monday.
Okay.
We weigh in the following
7
Sunday.
What's the
Seven
timeline?
business
Just
day.
this year.
No, it's got to be by August. You said.
Well, if I
No. Give him
yeah,
till the end of the
because
year.
Realistically,
No, August.
realistically,
This is
the
on
By
chance-
August.
August is the wrap.
No,
no, August.
But
Let's go August.
realistically,
Okay.
the chance of me doing it after
Well,
the
correct.
second kids come are low.
But so let's
So let's
August.
let's say the year, because if I get that, that'll mean I've achieved it.
You were the one that said August. We're
I
going
said, but
off of
I'm
August.
That is
trying to
true.
extend. I'm trying to put the.
You
sticks
said
in my
August.
favor.
But
But I
we're
said,
going with August.
why not this year?
I like August.
You think it's gonna make that
How
difference?
much
I'm
of this are we clipping out? Is what I want to know.
I know this is ridiculous.
This is good.
I'm going on your terms. You said
My
August.
terms are end of year.
Scared
No,
money
I said
don't make
I
money,
need
Michael.
to do it before end of August, because if I don't, it's gonna be tough.
Correct. So we're gonna go off that. I like that, and we're gonna go August.
August 1st.
No, it could be
What
August.
month are we in?
Any
February,
time in
March,
August.
August.
March,
31st.
April, May, June, July.
Any
5
time of
months.
August.
All right, I'm gonna go work
Wait,
out.
we
I'll be right-
I'll be back. We already shook, so we're good to go.
No, I'm ready.
And 7 business days, right?
Yeah.
It's not
So,
like
look,
I'm
9
happy
total.
you guys didn't,
I like it.
if you banged me for more, I
How
would have
ma-
done more.
how
You
many
guys
days-
really lowballed.
How
me.
many days
I lowballed
in
you.
August? August 31st.
Doesn't matter. I'm
this
gonna
is
have to, because I'm not banking on Dana going full term.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna be holding the baby and be like, no, I need more
But
time.
listen, if you get it on August 31st, you're good. So you have all of August.
All of August, but likely to get.
Yeah. All right. Good. I
This
like
is
it.
crazy variables. Because
It's good.
what if the baby's a month early?
It doesn't
Like
matter.
I'm gonna be fighting the baby.
It doesn't matter. I like it.
God damn it.
Let's go.
What's your 8%? No, I don't want to bet because you're
What?
gonna get it. No, never mind. That's good. We'll move on. I don't want to lose any more money.
No, I'm thinking 12 weeks, man.
I'm already at 10%. What if
thinking
I told
12
you that?
weeks.
What if I told
I'm
you that?
already, yeah, that would be
12 weeks. So what's that?
All let's just say it's all of March, April, the end of May.
So what's going to be even more impressive is if I'm going to do it while eating like an animal during the show, and it's going to be like, how the hell because I'm going to be so perfect on the other spots that people are going to be like, there's no way that he was able to do this. He's an anomaly. I'm
He's
trying to
an
join the
anomaly.
anomaly.
He's taking chronic
I'm
conditions.
just going to start hashtagging the anomaly and not explain why.
Just not saying it. I like it. I like the bet. I think it's good.
I need to upgrade my gym. I'm going to start getting liposuction and stuff. And now I'm going to start spending so much.
He's
to
gonna
try-
go invest.
Like, you know what's funny? We did that like previous bet about the steak.
Yeah.
I spent so much money just upgrading the gym. Like, even if I didn't do any of that, it makes no sense. By betting $100, $200, whatever it is, I spend $1,000
You're right,
trying
man.
to get ready.
Should we up it? Should we up
No,
the ante?
no. We did good. I'm happy with that bet.
All right, that's a good one. Professional world. I bet, yo, man.
F it.
At work, got some work stuff. I did 2 podcasts, which was cool.
Sweet. What's that guy again?
Which
Because I've
one?
seen him all the time.
Yes.
Depths of Dark
So yes, there's 2 podcasts. Let me get the exact names that you guys can check out. I'll send them to CV. From the Depths of Darkness to the Light of Success podcast
Okay.
with Chris Swick. What a name!
I haven't listened
If
to that
my
one
name
yet.
was Chris Swick, look at me. I look like I'm Chris Swick.
I'd start like a fast thing.
Right?
Chris Quick.
Chris Swick. I don't know. It's
Swick or
a fire
Quick?
name.
Swick or Quick.
And he's out in Canada, which was awesome conversation. So you can check that one out. And then I did one with my boy Conrad Castro.
I heard that one. That was
Constructive Convos, hosted by Conrad Castro.
good. Is that his real voice?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, right?
Weird. Yeah. Like it's that polished.
It's a radio voice.
Dave.
Yes.
I was like,
so what's crazy?
I see him on Instagram, but I don't have the volume on usually. Which is, do you ever use the volume
on what, Instagram?
That's the most when you're around people. Dana does it to me. That's the most disrespectful thing in the world.
Right.
I'm watching TV and you're scrolling, listening to the Real Housewives yelling at each other. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Great conversation with Castro, but he was one of the employees that Peloton let go.
He works for Peloton?
Oh, it worked.
I didn't know that.
He worked for
And
Peloton.
what's his name too? Your boy who won the MVP.
Yes, AT, Alex Toussaint. Yeah.
My dad was like, he's on Peloton. I was like, I think he was at a wedding Dave said he went to.
Yes, he was. He sat like right next to us.
And, my dad, he's like, he's pretty good. I was like, yeah, get him on the Knicks.
He did have
That's how my dad thinks. Oh, that guy's good. Get him on the Knicks.
Get him on the Knicks. And
so
then
how
personally,
was the depths of the dark side?
No, so those conversations honestly were great.
I want to tell you, I love that you're embracing the podcast world as like a focal point and being on other people's. Because we've had this conversation, and I don't think that's my...
You got no time.
Yeah, no, not that. It's just not my thing. Like, I enjoy doing this with you guys and, like, building something, but I don't really enjoy going on other people's stuff and, like, talking about other things. Like, I like doing this, but I love that you're getting your shine now because we've been saying it for, years. I thought you should have worked for fucking Snapchat, like, years ago. What was it, like 10 years ago?
No, it's just, but it's just
because you're a character. You're an absolute character. You're not a real person.
I'm not a real person. I'm an anomaly.
You're an anomaly. But I'm very excited to see you blossoming.
No,
not
it's
to sound
cool.
like
no. I appreciate it, man. And honestly,
are you enjoying it?
So what it does for me,
yeah,
and I've noticed this. Even talking to CV, he said to me one time we did a work event, right, and there was cameras involved.
CV said it.
Yes. So he comes up to me after, right, and I go, CV, like how'd I do? He goes, listen, I don't like blowing smoke, but you were so much more prepared than anybody else.
Yeah.
Because we do the, with the food show, with this, you have cameras.
See, the
like,
food show,
all
we don't
over
really
you.
prepare, so
no,
we can't compare.
But well, it's not like today's.
You should be on a suit. It's chaos.
But it's not like today we prepared anything. But I'm just saying that the fact that we have lights and a camera and a guy with headphones behind
you're used
there.
to it. You've done the reps.
Correct. But now, like alignment, right? I public speak all the time when it comes to my full-time job.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I want to practice my reps through podcasts like this? If somebody reaches out and wants to have a conversation, it's just practicing my reps.
Yeah.
So I've seen the alignment with it, right? But no, I enjoy it. I really do. And it was just funny though when CV said that to me. I was looking around because I was like, "Ooh, this guy's pretty bad." Like he's not used to it. You could tell he's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There was somebody that we were working with that was just very uncomfortable in front of the camera, which is it is a skill.
Yeah.
So no, I like to practice. That's all it is. It's
practicing
awesome.
I'm excited to listen. I listen to all of them.
Yeah. No, they're good.
Well, the ones you've done so far.
They're good. I got in trouble by CV one time because I constantly, it's always in my head, like, co-host of the No Snooze podcast, right? So there was one that I didn't give CV his credit. So now I'm always like, and Claudio Valenzuela, our audiovisual director, president, CEO of Kai Visions.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you'll love. So Callie says her name now, right? And she says Kai, and I always think about
that's
you.
awesome.
Because her pronunciation's a little off, but no, man, it's cool. And then on a professional level, though, man, in terms of leadership, right? I've been struggling with something. Yeah, and drum roll, something that I never really would have thought. But the fact that now I've done I always talk about the one-on-ones, right? And again, if you're just listening to the podcast, basically what it is a 30-minute conversation, no more, with each full-time employee that I have. And I've done this now for 14 months. So this is over, a good period of time to where I've gotten to know these employees really well. And there's 3 specific things that, really are bothering me now. And one employee is, diagnosed with prostate cancer that I've spoke about. Somebody just told me that they have congestive heart failure. Jeez. And then another one has admitted to, some substance abuse issues. And I've developed such a good relationship with these people that I really care about them. I've been, on the commissioner level for 5 or 6 years now. And I don't want to say that I was a terrible leader, but I never felt what I feel now for these people. And I think I'm coming to the realization that, for you to be a really good leader, you have to really learn and invest and take time in other individuals. Mm-hmm. Whereas at first, and even still sometimes, I'm like, oh God, I got 4 one-on-ones today. It's a lot. It is a lot. But I'm experiencing something that I've never experienced or even thought that I would experience before.
Well said.
I mean, I don't know. Is it like, and that must be a thing. I mean, it makes sense.
Probably a good thing. I think the biggest downfall for a lot of companies, people, is they don't value their people because, you'd much rather keep you. Someone said like you pay your people to stay and not work for someone else because they're so happy it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Whereas an industry like mine, I can't even really do that. I can't just be throwing money at people. No.
But you're investing your time. You're right. So it's different. It's still an investment. It's just a time investment.
It's just listen. I and even when I like read, right? I never read this part. I never read the part that
you just skipped it.
Yeah, I must have been on page 11 for that day.
Never got to it.
It's got to be a concept, man. Like, and obviously, the more time, like a relationship, right? The more time you put into the relationships, obviously, the closer you get with individuals. But now, I'm not even looking at them. I try not to approach anybody like this. Like a top-down approach. I always try to see individuals on a we just work together. If anything, we're on a team.
Yeah.
Well, which is
I'll
great.
tell you something. It's incredible how complex all of our lives can be, right? So when you go to work with, am I on? Yeah, I am. When you go to work with so many people, a lot of times it's very on the surface that you get to know people, right? But when you take the opportunity to sit down with every single individual and have a 30-minute heart-to-heart conversation, you really get to experience everybody at a much deeper level, and it gives you such a much greater awareness of everything else going on. For those individual people that maybe, a year ago, 2 years ago, before 14 months, ago, you probably didn't see them in that same light. But I will tell you, I think it is extremely helpful to not only for you to get to know the staff, but even for them to be able to allow you, a boss,
almost in
right, to know them, at a different level, to know what's going on in their lives and their personal lives. And so I think it's definitely beneficial, for both parties, as much as it is for you, even for somebody to be able to sit in front of you and say, hey, now you do know me because I've told you some things that, I maybe wouldn't have told you prior.
Yeah. It's a great point. When you really get to know people and like what makes them tick, that's the biggest thing because everyone's different. Like I know I work with some people that like aren't that interested in making a ton of money, which is fine. They just want to do stuff that they enjoy doing. And it like scratches their creative itch. And then I have other people that are in a position where they're like, I need to get out of my house, so I need to make a certain amount of money by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. So like one guy I'll work one way with as far as like this, and the other one I'm like, all right, if we want to do this, we got to do X, Y, and Z because we need to create this much income to be able to get that. Mm-hmm. So it's funny how like when you just have a normal conversation, like how's your personal life, and they're like, I got to get out of my damn house. Then it becomes like it's easier to tailor. And then everyone's more excited because they all, you know what I mean? So it's a good point.
And it's wild how the conversations go because the first question the first time was, tell me a little bit about yourself, the personal life, right? Now I'm asking about specific family members that are attached to stories. Yeah. One of the ones that I just had, which was phenomenal, never would have known because there's a language barrier too with this employee. He's from Honduras.
Is he Italian? You want me to speak
He's from Honduras.
180 days in a row, by the way.
180? That's dope. That's super dope in Justin's voice.
O fame.
That's dope.
O fame. That means I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Okay. Yeah. So, the guy from Honduras, right? So I'm talking to him, and again, it's pretty surface level because there is a language barrier. He's making fun of me because I'm trying to speak Spanish a little bit. So we get to chopping it up. Come to find out, he starts telling me about, how he came over to the country and the opportunity that he's providing for his two sons specifically. And that one son is basic, and you're not supposed to share specific information, but guy's one of the head security for the FBI at the White House. I'm like, what?
I'm not supposed to share it, but I'll share it.
Well, for a specific individual.
Yeah.
But it was like, I'm like, what? Like, and I was so taken back by it, and you just never know, you never ever know. And he could barely speak English. He was trying to dodge my one-on-ones because he's like, I can't speak to him for 30 minutes. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And there was times that we just laugh and we sit there like, I don't know, like maybe write it down. I don't know, but it was good, man. Yeah. And then something like that comes of it. And then, it shows me the picture. He's better shape than you, I must say.
I got to see pictures of these people.
Got to be like,
I'm going to call BS on half of them.
I'm saying the son that's in the White House.
Where do you put me? This is a good question. In percentile of body type, like, am I in shape more than 50% of the population?
Yes.
Where am I?
100%.
75?
No, you're not 75%.
I think if I walk down like Greenwich Avenue, I'm probably in better shape than 6 out of 10 people at least.
What's the age gap there?
All the ages, dude. I'm
All
not
the
done.
ages.
All ages.
All the ages.
I'm walking by like grandmothers.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
definitely in the best shape in my office. Maybe not. Ingrid's probably beat me there.
Ingrid-
Everyone's older too.
Ingrid.
Oh no, Hillary's better shape. Like that. Never mind.
Never mind.
I take that back.
No, man, I think you're good. You're probably 47%. Better. CV, I want to put you back on the spot.
Yes, I was gonna say we're gonna do it as the finale, but
Yeah,
let's rip
yeah,
it
man.
now.
So again, to those maybe who are just turning in, we have Claudio the Voice Valenzuela, who sits behind the camera and provides you guys with this magical content.
And wasting away, by the way. I can't
Yeah.
see much of it anymore.
My man has.
He's hiding behind this pole.
I think last year he put out. Well, I put out a goal for him.
Yeah, you didn't
I
put it
put
out.
out a goal for him that he, was supposed to lose X amount of pounds. He started losing weight. Then, some things happened in his life. So it was a lot of back and forth. Kind of, you can relate, Michael, right?
Absolutely.
A lot of
I'm
things
your
happen.
biggest twin over here.
But now there has been significant, and I mean significant progress, just in terms of his mindset. And obviously the physical, I think, comes after it. But
and
CV,
his hair looks great.
and his
Like
hair-
healthy.
yeah, look at the follicles
Look
on
at
that
it.
thing.
Look at the flow on that.
Welcome to the pod. I mean, pod.
Thank you guys. I thought I was going to be included in the pod bod section.
Yes, that's our fault.
I know.
That's our fault.
You
Well,
guys jumped right over. I was ready
Yep.
too. I was like,
listen,
oh.
I think you've
Talk to
earned
me.
it. We'll
Yes.
commit to next week. You're going to kick off the pod maybe next week.
Well, and to our point, to our defense,
defend away.
I will say that there were times that we wanted to include you in the past, and because you
That is
weren't
correct.
making progress, he didn't want to share,
Yeah.
which I get. That's a thing in life, But now, obviously, things have changed.
So yeah, that's true. I didn't want to share. But no, to be honest, there's not a major change. I mean, other than the consistency, I think my word for this year is definitely discipline. It's something that I've struggled with, I think, for the entirety of my life. And that is what I'm working at every day, to be disciplined enough to be consistent.
So
And
self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
discipline
No,
everyone.
discipline. No, both discipline. I guess self-discipline and discipline.
Wait, what's the difference?
Well, I'm assuming you're talking about cheats and things like that. For
No,
self-discipline,
I'm
or-
just saying. So, look, if you're a disciplined,
You're like a big ass Dr. Seuss with your words.
no, like, because I can be disciplined in certain aspects of my life, right? Discipline in terms of, I can delegate, I can tell people, I can be disciplined with, what I want from other people. Or I
gotcha.
could be self-disciplined to where anything that I am in control of, I'm trying to control that. So you're saying more of this self piece. Because if you're self-disciplined,
Yes.
it's easy to be. Do you get what I mean?
No, I do.
You're putting it more on
I
yourself,
guess,
right?
I guess it's absolutely all on myself.
Big Dr. Seuss.
The big
Well,
Dr.
you're very
Seuss.
into your words, and sometimes you confuse the shit out of me. Where I'm like, I didn't know.
You know what
there's
it
so
is
many.
about David?
I
He's
try to keep it
very
simple.
he's very deep. His words are very deep, so that
Yeah.
when he says them, they make you think. And just because just knowing him, even if it's something that is simple, like a Dr. Seuss quote, you then have to rethink it again. Be like, oh wow, that was
Well, I think you have strong beliefs.
I think I'm special.
Well, that too. But you have like strong beliefs
An
in
anomaly.
what you're like. You're very what's the word? You just have a strong belief in what things mean to you.
Yes.
So like if someone
Well, that's
says
what I mean about
something-
the deep. He's very deep with
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. But it's
remember
very
the whole
like
fail versus
Fall.
fall.
yeah.
I
When he
mean,
said
it could not be simpler words, and the depth to which he took it was like unreal.
when you say a word, it's like he goes through his Rolodex and he's like, I know that one.
Ding.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so basically I'm special. Go ahead, CV.
No, you have it ready. You're like this. I'm very fluid though.
Go ahead.
You say discipline, and I'm like,
Yeah.
which week? This week or next week?
Keep going.
Go ahead. Yeah, so
Yeah, we want to hear what the hell's going on. So what's the weight? Are you weighing in constantly? Do I need to ramble because we're resetting?
he's just changing. Oh, so we could just cut that though.
No, okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
I'm gonna say,
Battery.
so I'm down 5, but I don't care about that. I want at the end of the month weigh-in is the big thing, right?
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna have to drop some weight, but I mean, 100.
All right, I'm back.
I want the muscle going up, and then
I'm back.
Yeah,
All right.
you're
So yes, to answer your question, yes, I guess it is more self-disciplined. It's weird. I am self-disciplined for certain parts of my life, and then in this personal journey, I've never been self-disciplined. Starting from the whole mental health journey that I've been taking, from the reading, from the spirituality, from the taking care of my body, of what I eat, how I exercise. Those are things that I've never been self-disciplined enough to kind of continue. Pick them up, put them down. When I was younger, I was more blessed with with the athletic gene, so I allowed my sports to kind of take care of that. As you get older, the dream dies out, and you have to start really focusing on yourself for health. And that's one thing that I definitely did not have self-discipline. So that's what I am working on constantly every day, to try and improve and get a little bit better. So as far as my journey right now, where I'm at, I did weigh myself not about a week ago. I usually do Fridays, hopefully get,
nice
the goodness of the week, show up. But it was Super Bowl weekend, so I'm not going to lie. I definitely cheated. I definitely had some wings. I definitely had some things. Much better.
He rhymed.
Much better than any other Super Bowl in the past.
In terms of portion control?
Portion, just what I was eating. I chose to eat way more veggie things and things like that. Tomato, anything that was not the fatty stuff. Did I have wings? I absolutely did. Did I have some potato
Sounds
things?
like you put down some wings.
No, but I literally counted them. I think I counted no more than 10 wings.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I can't even tell you the competitions that I've had in the past where, we were in the 30s and the 40s when it comes to the wing count. Next morning,
oh, man.
it's caliente coming out the other side.
Caliente.
And this was not. It was a very different experience. And I still enjoyed it. I still ate a ton of food, but it was a lot of like peppers and a lot of tomatoes and a lot of things like that.
Nice.
That was the difference. So my weight did not fluctuate too much. I actually stayed kind of about the same. I obviously when that was over, then my mind immediately was like, all right, I need to make sure that I'm doing the right thing for the next few days, so that way, when weigh-in comes, it's not awful.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have like I said, a weight change in the last 2 weeks or so, but I know that I've been going pretty hard. So I'm actually excited to see what this Friday will come out to be, because I think there is some weight coming off, because where I do see it, where I do feel it, is obviously in my clothes. My clothes are feeling much looser these days. Aside from all the people that have been coming up to me, like David this morning, making comments like, "Oh, hey, skinny, I can't even see you," or things like that, which it's funny.
Yeah.
I was actually telling my wife Catherine this the other day, and I think I understand now why I don't like when people make those comments. Oh. And it's nothing against bad, but it's a comfort thing. I think in my mind, when I hear too many of the compliments, I get comfortable. I get, oh, it must be working. Oh, I must be looking good. And before you know it, you take your foot off the gas, and then you start racking up the pounds. So I think that's why I've always not
you
liked.
Look huge today, dude.
That's why I've not liked the compliments. But another aspect of what I'm trying to work on, which is within myself, is to be okay accepting those kind of things and see that there's a lot of success in what I'm doing, and being able to kind of take that in and be okay with it. And so I'm again, it's a multiple facet journey that I'm on. Not only the weight thing, which honestly is not something that I'm focused on, which is ironic because it's probably the thing that I'm working the hardest at right now within the dieting or the eating and the exercising, but also upstairs making sure that I am loving myself and understanding that compliments are good and giving myself the pat on the back when things are going right. Mm-hmm. I'm happy about it. I like I said, I see it on how my clothes fit. I had to go another notch on the belt, which is that's probably the most immediate result fix you see when you start going from one hole to 2 holes. I'm total going on 3 holes since I started the whole journey.
Since I started the whole journey.
The whole journey, 3 notches on the belt, which is pretty cool. I mean,
that's amazing.
I could barely kind of get that little thing around, and I keep blaming it on that. I'm just stretching it out.
You're going to need the screwdriver and the hammer.
Yeah. That's what I did. Get a hole.
Building. So are you Claudio the hole?
See, I have an extra hole.
There you go. No, man, that's awesome. I think the consistency though. I'm telling you, it doesn't even matter. But it's a perfect example. The consistency of what he's trying to build in terms of mental toughness in his head of being able to execute what he wants to do. The results just happen over time.
When we both get to 10% and you're the least in shape, what are you going to do? Oh, man. You're going to have to change the name.
I'll be screwed up.
Michael, 2%. I'm going 2%.
No. Can you get to 2%? You'll die, right?
Yeah, probably.
I'm doing it.
I think the
You know what I have adopted, actually? And you've been saying it, and not for anyone to even pick it up, but when you're what are you now, 55 for 55 workouts in the year? Is that what it is?
Whatever day it is.
Whatever
today.
day.
Overrated.
31 plus 23 is 54.
So ironically, in our household, myself and Catherine, we've adopted kind of the same kind of like we're doing the same thing. And granted, it is nowhere near that because in the month of January alone, I had it popped up because I thought I was gonna get invited to the Podbot, so I had it up to the show. But here I am now having to open up my phone.
That's right.
So in the month of January alone, I missed probably like a week's worth. I know one of those I was sick, so I know that's why there were so many days. But in February, I've only taken off one day, and that's the day that I decided, well, you know what? Maybe I don't want to take a day off. So now I have constantly been doing my workout every single day since, and I haven't stopped. And you know, there's days I'm like, oh, I want a day off, and then when I take a day off, or when I think I'm taking a day off, I'm like, I feel like crap. I don't like this, and I'll end up working out at night.
Yeah.
What are you doing for workouts?
Just on my I've said in the podcast before about the walking. I love walking.
Dude, you're talking one of the biggest walk. I love
the walking.
I love walking.
Oh my God.
So I have quit walking outside. I have not walked outside. It's been too cold. I have gone when it's been nicer out, but I have not walked outside. However, we did get a treadmill. And
nice.
Although I was reluctant to do the treadmill because I was doing this, I think I told David, I was doing some workout inside my house, just kind of doing in place kind of things. Right? Yeah.
Just looking the window.
And then this treadmill came, and I was kind of reluctant to get on it. I'm not my favorite. I usually kind of get a little bit dizzy on them. I didn't want to. So anyway, I jumped on, and I have not gotten off. And
he's still on it.
I'm walking right now. And in the beginning, it was just kind of just regular flat walking, and then I started doing these. They have like these guided workouts, which like is inclines. And I gotta tell you, that has been, I think, the difference, because although I'm doing less distance, the intensity is way harder.
More efficient.
My shirts look like David's shirts after he works out, which I never thought I could sweat that much.
What about my sweatshirts?
No, they're frozen. Yours are frozen.
Two of them.
But my shirts are completely drenched. I'm dripping sweat all over, and the hills are tough. My behind was hurting for almost a week
you look
straight.
A little tight even from sitting down.
Yeah, I think I need to do some squats. My butt is shrinking it's disappearing, bro. I don't know.
Rebuild. Rip it down, then rebuild it after.
So that's kind of been where I'm at right now. I love this little treadmill thing because it has a big screen, so you get to like see all these different places that it takes you. So dude, I love it.
Love that. You were like twins.
My man, I went to Wales for like 2 weeks.
You're on the.
It was
amazing. Welcome to the good side. Don't listen to Dave. Come to my side.
So it's I honestly enjoy it. Every morning I get up, I want to make sure I get on. I don't want to miss my days. If I miss a day, it's probably because I'm either really, really exhausted or something has happened. But I'm on that trend. I like the not missing.
It's just one day at a time. There's no rhyme or reason.
Right.
Take that full circle for me though.
I'm excited to prove that you don't have to break a sweat and you can get down to
take it full circle for me though. What has that done for you in the other avenues of your life? In terms of like your mindset.
Well, I got to tell you, there's so much going on with me that I think it's a huge part of what's on. By the way, you are on camera while you're texting.
Yep, that's fine.
Michael,
I got to do it. I mean,
it's all good.
I can't be.
It's definitely huge because it keeps me sane in a way, because I get my workout and I get to get all my anxiety, whatever it is that's built up in me, out of my body just with sweating. It makes me feel good.
Endorphins.
I love, honestly, and it's funny because Dave, for the last 2 weeks, he's been coming in. Oh, I'm a little sore. I love that feeling of walking around kind of like, oh, my butt cheek hurts. Oh, my leg hurts.
Been talking a lot about your butt cheek.
Because because it was hurting for like a week straight, man. I did this whole series. There was a ton of hills. And it was only one butt cheek. Like, why is one butt cheek hurting more than the other?
It's be fun in the summer when like you can actually go hiking. Like you'll enjoy.
Yeah, no, I'm so looking. I'm like every day. I'm like, oh, I want it to be a nice day. I want to go. I want to start hiking more. I want to actually go out and do.
Nice.
I love walking. And I love kind of going out and doing that. So I've been indoors for like 2 months doing this, or more. Actually, it's been like 4 months.
You're training.
I can't wait to go outside and be actually be able to hike around. But no, to answer your question, it's working in all kinds of ways. It makes me feel great about myself. It makes me feel accomplished. At 7 a.m. when I'm done, or 7:30 a.m. when I'm done, Catherine's probably going to check me on that because I'm the later one of the two. But it makes me feel accomplished before I even leave the house. So it's
you might need to start posting and tagging when you're doing these workouts.
It's awesome.
Can I offer up a little challenge for the crew for March? I was thinking about the other day when I was going up and down the stairs nonstop instead of using the elevator. March Madness, where we just take the stairs, no elevators, all of March.
It's easy for us because
you don't have an elevator.
One, I if you go back to probably episode 1 or 2, it's one of my work habits. I don't take elevators.
But I'm saying you go to like a building and you're going to the 6th floor.
Oof, I like
which yesterday I did.
I like it.
That's why I'm not leaving my office.
But our building elevator is still down from Hurricane Ida, so
you're in.
We might miss it. We might win that.
But that little thing, I think, like if people do stuff like that, like I did yesterday when I was at a listing, I was taking stuff in and out for a staging thing. Dying. I was like, this is incredible. Yep. Like, and all you have to do.
No, the steps are awesome workout. I mean, that's such a good, And but I gotta tell you, if there's stuff to be carried around, I can't do it.
My thought was like, why don't I? Because I see a lot of properties throughout the day, like, and you do take the stairs. So like, I just need to see more properties because there's no downside. Like, I have to learn the inventory, and then in addition, I'll get a nice workout as long as my watch is tracking me. So like, I like the stuff that complements what you're doing already. It just makes it easier to achieve all the stuff, So I think all of March, I'm going to start March Madness. And you just take I don't take elevators as it is, but if I go to an apartment building, I take the elevator. But now I'm like,
now you're
now I'm going to be like, all right, 8th floor. I guess gotta get there early. This is the first.
No, man, CV, I love it. And I love hearing other people besides myself talk about it. So I'm happy that it's working. And I
thought you guys would have been excited about that, but you guys didn't give me anything.
No,
so.
Beautiful.
Anyway,
a lot of fitness stuff today. That's an update. Now, there was one thing professionally too, and it's funny, you've been putting this in the air that like fitness company is going to hit me up or something, a cigar company, so this company that we always talk about on the podcast reaches out to me, and I didn't take the deal because I don't want to say the name just in case something bigger comes back, but so I immediately said like, hey, interested in like podcast partnership.
Lip sync it to me so I can
okay,
gotcha.
Right. So,
no, because when he talks about it, I want to know what the hell he's talking about.
So we talk about this brand all the time.
Pretty sick, by the way.
Talk about this brand all the time, and basically offered me $500 a month.
Sick.
Right? To only promote their stuff.
Love it.
Hate it.
No, I love the angle, but yes, the money, no.
So again, and I was a little taken back by it because I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting this. But I immediately shifted over to the podcast like, hey, that's something that we'd love to take on the podcast, but then it didn't work because they never wanted us to associate with any other type of supplement company.
If you want exclusive rights, let me get this clear.
Right?
You have to pay
money.
If you're getting LeBron in high school,
you're talking $500 a month. That's $6K a year.
If you're LeBron in high school, I'm Bronny.
and my point in sharing that is like we're getting hit up now on No Snooze on the emails, right? One post for $100. It's an odd.
I think it's hilarious, by the way, that like I'm not even in great shape and I'm like promoting protein and stuff.
But it's just an odd lens, it's just something that, again, through consistency, and I guess we've established ourselves to find, there's people and brands that are reaching out. But it felt good, man. Like I feel like your conversation with that big company, you did say the name.
Similar.
You did say the name, right?
Did I say Red Bull?
You did. Did we say Red Bull?
No,
it felt kind of good, like. Here they are kind of, offering a terrible deal, but just knowing that there was even any interest from them was pretty cool.
You know why, though? Because now we're operating in a position of confidence and leverage where it has to make sense.
Right.
You're doing well. We're all doing well professionally in our personal lives. That this is all like, we're house money, baby. When you're playing with house money, you can play more aggressive, right?
Would have loved a partnership like that for podcast, but then they wanted to not associate with any other brand. It's like, well,
it's just exclusive. Well, you got to pay.
Yeah, what doesn't make sense.
Terms wise, like if someone were to do that, so other companies, if you're interested and you listen, if you're going to do something like that, we could put a timeline on it because we're willing to do stuff for a limited amount of time. But if you want exclusive,
and honestly,
especially when I'm at 10%,
the money sounded good. But if I'm being real, right?
Be real
about it.
Be real.
This company, I have not used their product for a long enough time to know that this is something I want to even put my name on.
So you know what? You nailed it. I think about this too. I'm like, yes, I'm kind of a sellout. Like if someone pays me enough, I'll promote anything, right? But at the same time, I want to like enjoy it and not be a sellout.
Right.
So like certain things that I don't use, I wouldn't want to like promote it because I'm like, yeah, I could use it and I could push it, but like it's not me, you know?
And again, man, this is
like Bentley's.
One of the big.
That's all me.
I'll take one of those. But no, man, just a momentum thing. I think we're at a spot, professionally, even personally, podcast wise, to where the momentum is there. We just got to keep putting in that work.
And the delayed gratification we have on pat because we've done it for so long with nothing. Like, no, we're not worrying about a lot of stuff. Right. We're just building community. That now we're like, we've waited, like, unless you're changing our lives, right. We're not going to jump at every offer,
Exactly. But it was just cool.
Do they know you're the egg guy?
The egg guy.
Did they know you're the egg guy?
I was going to say, David.
Did you tell them? Did you send that video?
Did I tell you? Did I say it on the podcast that I reached out to Nestle because they were like one of the biggest egg distributors in the world?
Yes,
and I was like, I sent the video to them on Instagram. I was like, I think this could be a great marketing tool for you. Like, I could be popping your eggs for Nestle. I never got a response though.
You phrased it as that popping your egg. No. But you know what's funny? I can't tell you how many no answers I've gotten in my life.
Of course.
But you got to take the shot. Because when that one person's like, absolutely, you're going to be like,
I'm in 100%.
I'm the rep for Nestle eggs.
Yes. Oh man, good stuff today. A lot of updates. That's the beauty of what we do, because for us, there's so many things going on in our life. You miss one week and it's like, all right, update us for an hour and 20 minutes.
And remember, if you made it this far, like, subscribe, help promote. We love you all.
That's right.
To recap, Dave is still a skinny bitch. I am getting to 10%. CV's getting to 8%, and it's going to be incredible.
Yes. So this will bring us now to my favorite section, Dave's Dime of the Week.
Dimes.
Now, this one I actually wrote down, and it was just a thought that I had because I was, after my workouts, I've been hitting the treadmill and walking as well because I'm literally just doing this.
It's about time you started listening.
That's when I post my workout, but at least I'm moving. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I can, do some sort of.
Do you walk when you're on the phone?
I don't really get on the phone.
Great hack. If you're ever on the phone, AirPods and just pace.
If ever it's in my office.
Just pace. It's a great hack. Great hack.
So yeah, I don't know. I just wrote it down. And it's a concept that I think I live by. And it can get misconstrued sometimes because people believe that you do it for specific reasons. Right? So
take a guess.
Push yourself day in and day out. Not because you want attention, recognition, or validation, but because you want to be better yourself. Always be hungry. Right? So I feel like, for a while, especially when we first even started No Snooze, right? A lot of people think, oh, yeah, you're posting because you have no snooze, or you're working out because you have no snooze. You want recognition.
I am. I don't know about you, but I work out for no snooze.
But, people, even me, yes, is it a little piece of maybe a motivational thing? Cool. But at the end of the day, no snooze, if you got shit going on in your life, is not going to wake you up to make it happen anyway. So it was just something that I was thinking, because I've heard it a lot. You're really about this life. You really do this.
It's funny, I haven't heard that yet.
You really do this, and it just occurred to me that concept is really anything in life. You do things and you push yourself because you want to be better simply for yourself. It's no extravagant thought, but it was just a thought that I had today on the treadie.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, I'm always starving. So
I'm starving too right now, actually. Yeah. Always hungry.
Protein shake, because I got to win the bet.
That's right. Listen, Bodied by Ambrosio. Go check out your boy.
Body by Miguel.
So, guys, listen. We're here. We're still climbing. We're still moving forward. We're never snoozing. So until next time, stop snoozing.
Get up and get after it.
My man.
Like I said, a little safe.
Get up and get after
it. That's another Epi in the books. Go follow us on Instagram and Facebook at No Snooze Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, No Snooze.